whatever. We're doing this. There it is. Hey, it
Oh,
responded
God.
super quick. Hey,
What happened?
got it.
Wait.
Did what? And then tonight. First you want to kill me. Now you want to kiss me. Blow. Army of Darkness, 1992. Of all the quotes to choose, I think that's my favorite. It's so ridiculous.
When he says that, I'm like, was he saying blow me, or was he insulting her like blow off?
No, like get the fuck out of here.
Both.
But yeah,
whoever said that?
Blow.
Who said that?
When she knits him the shirt and he says, "Good, my horse could use a blanket." Oh my God, dude. I laugh and cringe every time thinking just how harsh that would be to tell somebody who just knitted you a shirt. My horse could use a blanket.
Slaps him like not hard enough, honestly. But the blow comment. Yeah, turn your mic up, Ben.
Try to keep it low key.
This movie, movie is 92. You guys,
93, February 93.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So 93, you guys were older than I was. You were old enough to maybe think that blow was a mean thing to say to someone. Did you ever actually say that? Because I don't remember that being a thing.
A brief window.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally maybe a year in the subculture, like never popular culture.
I remember
sub pop.
But the people that watch this movie would definitely drop that line.
Would they say my mic volume is good?
No, it's too low.
No, they tell you they'd be like, Ben, your mic volume's low. Blow.
It's low?
It's low.
Oh,
but
low is no.
What they wouldn't say is that Ben uses the phrase word. They would say that. I don't know.
They would have. Like, I know Ben dates himself every time he says that shit. I'm like, what is this? The 90s? They call it. They want their
word.
They want their catchphrase back.
Yeah,
where do you get off?
I remember when I first heard somebody say word, I was in junior high walking away from the Napa Valley College because like the junior high I was in got to do some weird class at the college. And this girl said word. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then not many people said it throughout the rest of my life after that moment until I met Ben.
Yeah.
And he was
Ben's
like, he was like a 27-year-old man at the time.
Word.
And he said word.
Wordness to the turdness.
Word. Dude, I can't even tell you the last time I heard that shit. That's comedy.
Just do this. Just hold your mic close to your face. You don't even know.
Oh my God. Look, it won't go in one screen and it goes in the other. What can I tell you?
Just keep going.
We're
good. We're good.
Life.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
I'll scream into the mic.
I'm just going to turn my volume down.
Yeah, Jesus, why don't you match me? Where's the production value in this goddamn thing? 1992. Russ, what grade were you in 92?
What? I was busy turning my volume down.
Think about it. Do math.
People are clicking away right now.
Already gone.
Grade was I was
and we're done.
92.
6.
Joe told me it was
grade.
93.
What do you remember about 6th grade?
It's
Russ?
93. It is 93. It was scheduled to release.
We played
in
soccer
92,
for an entire year at recess. 6th grade.
Fuck yeah! I feel like I was the catalyst for that whole experience. Me and Ryan, because he and I were on the same soccer team.
What was the other kid's name? Mike Smith, who constantly had fits and cried, and this ain't fair.
Yeah,
Is that Mike Smith?
Yeah, that was the kid.
Wonder where Mike Smith turned up.
I don't know, man. I know where
you guys
not Jeremy Ferguson, but Jeremy Maxwell. That story didn't end.
Died, right?
Yeah, that story didn't end well. Yeah.
Very. Fergie, Russ is just gonna keep trying, but I don't even know why.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Fergie's got COVID right now, and I can tell he's reflecting on his mortality because of Facebook.
Oh wow.
I hope you're doing good, man. He lost a leg. That guy, it's
Yeah.
hard to be 6'7". I'll tell you that.
Much love,
Jesus.
Fergie.
Yeah, I don't even know who you are, but you lost a leg. Damn.
Yep.
Due to COVID or something else?
Something else. He's got COVID right now. He
That would be
lost a
really
leg a while
weird.
ago.
Respiratory.
That'd be
leg.
really weird. New COVID variant.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Necrocon. Fucking makes your limbs.
At least you
shrivel
didn't go
up.
the
Alright, so-
Shit, is that what I
Necronomicon.
got?
That would have been too far on the nose, I guess.
That would have been.
So
oh
when
God,
this
we're talking
movie-
about a movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait.
When this movie came out, I was busy learning cursive. Second
Oh,
grade.
nice.
Hey, when they
miss
still taught
cursive.
cursive, you're the last generation.
Yeah,
No.
that's
I was
the
really
new
good at it.
secret.
I can't do it anymore. I can make.
Dude, I wish I
What?
wrote in cursive. I write in what is it plain? What was the name they used to
Print.
use for not cursive?
Print.
Print. I knew it was a P word.
Plain.
Sorry, I got my P words picked up.
I write everything in cursive. How do you guys not write in cursive still?
Because nobody can read it when I write it.
Yeah, you're
It
an
makes
idiot.
me
if you
makes me
still
feel
write
like a
in cursive.
doctor.
It's
So fuck
this
you.
has made me the amount of actual writing. I write myself notes all day, and I feel like I need to practice my handwriting just like when I was 6 and I gave up on it.
All right, since we're completely off the rails, I'm just going to just put it out there. I can't stand the abbreviated English that everybody uses in texting. People that I respect text me and lose some respect.
You just dated
you-
yourself horribly.
If you text me
Kinda
with
like
a
this
capital
movie and its
U,
special effects.
I'm done. Right?
I hear you. I hear you. And there's a time and a place to have that discussion, but I don't know if it's for taking away time from talking about Bruce Campbell. This movie has some dated special effects, but they're so charming. I don't find them very hard to watch. Known as Captain Supermarket in Japan, which phenomenal.
That's fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Is that
Smart.
because he worked at a supermarket or in
Shop
the movie?
S-Mart.
Shop S-Mart. That's right.
In the movie, does he
Russ, let's let you get a word in. Why don't you give us a rate in grade?
I don't want to.
Come on.
All right, rate it and grade it.
You're good. You're
Rating
good.
graded. I'm good. We're good. I'm gonna
So
die if
Ben
it shows up on the recording.
Ben kind of hit it the same. This movie's got a lot of dated qualities to it, but and I went into this movie thinking I wasn't really gonna enjoy it because I've never been an Army of Darkness guy. I've just or an Evil Dead. It's a little tiny bit before my time, and it's super campy and cheesy. But when I watched it this time, I had a lot of fun. And maybe I was just like fucking sitting on a high horse the last times I watched it or something. Because I watched it alone. It was great. I laughed. Enjoyed it. I would recommend it. I'm not going to give it an A. It's not in the A range for me.
Well, what's the
But-
LOL rating?
The
How many LOLs did it get?
LOL.
How many times did you laugh out loud?
LOL.
Yeah, laugh
Oh.
out loud.
I don't know, like 3 maybe, which
All
is
right, that's fair.
that's a big deal for me in a movie.
Right.
I'd
Is
give
it
it a
really?
B plus. I'd give it a B plus. This
God,
movie's
dude,
great.
try and live life a little.
I mean, if it's a really funny comedy movie, like this movie's not a straight.
I mean,
up
if it's
comedy.
waiting, obviously it's got a higher LOL rate.
It's a 0.
I
just
don't
makes
know
me wanna
why I
go-
never see the waiting joke coming. I never see it coming, but it makes me laugh every time because that movie is so bad.
if it's waiting, it just makes me want to go outside and chop wood. Like, oh, you fucking piece of wood.
which feels like a joke that would fit in with the movie. That's great, Russ. That's great. That's some great.
I know that's why I said it. But no, a good comedy, I'll laugh nonstop. But a movie like this, like Die Hard or something, you laugh a few times throughout. 3 is pretty good.
odd comparison. B minus, you said, or B plus?
I give it a B plus.
All right,
Probably the
fair
highest
enough.
I'll ever rate this movie, but I really had
Yeah,
fun
that's
watching
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, no, that's a
I
decent.
feel
That's a
like that
solid
means.
rating.
Is there a Sonya minute coming later?
She did not get to watch it.
Joe,
I
what do you
did-
think?
I explained it to her though, and she's like, "I wouldn't like that movie."
Yeah, no, she not gonna. No.
So my experience with this movie is a little bit deeper, having seen Evil Dead 2. I had not seen Evil Dead 1 prior to this. George Martinez, a subscriber, much love,
What
was
up,
probably the guy who turned me on to this movie as the Evil Dead series. I don't know where he's at as far as a fan. I'm pretty sure he's still out there.
He's a huge horror fan, and I even wrote a note thinking that this movie's kind of wasted on non-horror fans because Sam Raimi's coming up with Fangora magazine actually deciding to give any print to Evil Dead 1 helped him actually get his whole career off the ground. Anyway.
Yeah, and honestly, I would say I'm just going to tie it back into my rated and graded. I think Sam Raimi's association with this has helped make it a cult classic that it is, because of his roots in the classic horror industry. But that being all said,
All of it's been said.
honestly, it's an A minus. I think this was a real turnaround for the franchise. It made a change in where it was going from Evil Dead 1 to Evil Dead 2. This one, the spinoff, Ash versus Evil Dead, the TV series, for people who are a fan of Army of Darkness, absolutely a must watch. It is fucking fantastic. They do a great job reinventing the storyline. It's all shot in Australia. So you get
nice.
that same little sense of disconnect because they're actors you don't know, and it's accents you're not familiar with, in places in landscapes you don't see a lot. So it's fun. I would absolutely recommend it.
Very cool. I've never watched an episode, but I have seen this movie a number of times. I'm pretty sure I own it on DVD, but it's a horrible commentary about modern life that I just paid $4 to rent it. Fun story about rentals. I just had a Honda Odyssey come in, and it had an extra keychain with a lanyard in the front seat, but no actual keys. It's just like a charm and then a Blockbuster Rewards teardrop membership thing in really great condition. And I thought, I love this customer. You spent that $10 for what a deal. What a deal. Monday through Friday, get a free old movie with every new movie you rent. It pays for itself in 2 movies. Anyway,
oh my God,
I feel like you guys are giving this movie a lot of emotion in your rating. It's a C plus. It's a movie you're like, do you like movies? Well, have you seen this one? You should try it. But not like you've got to see this movie. Especially watching it again, I felt like I don't know. It's a great movie, but it's definitely like ABC, and I don't know.
it's
Very
super
interesting.
campy. I mean, like, so
Super campy.
This movie's campy.
But
as shit.
Bruce Campbell is the whole reason to watch this movie.
well, I mean, he's the only reason to watch the movie, almost.
Other than the guy with the mustache, the blacksmith, when he cuts the hand off and then comes up and smacks the guy in the face and he laughs. That's one of my favorite scenes of all time. I don't know why, but that laugh is so pure. I don't know. It's really good.
I think for me, like I said, I never liked this movie. I just never did. And I would be in the C ratings. And it's like when you go to the movie theaters with low expectations, and then it's like, oh. And
I think your rating is better for
mean.
this movie because you're now an amateur movie reviewer.
Maybe.
Right. Do you feel like
I was prepared to give it a D. And when I watched it,
sight unseen, it's a D.
I was like, oh shit, this was fun. There wasn't really a point where I didn't enjoy it.
And I think that's the reason I have an A minus for it, because I'm pretty sure I texted the group chat after I watched it. I was like, oh my God, this fucking movie. Because it is so
I thought it was Russ who
over.
said this fucking movie. How's my sound? I just figured
no,
out how
you're
to turn
great.
it up.
No, that sounds
That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now
That's
I need
right.
to-
Take that.
Now I need
Take
to
that,
clean mine
listener
up.
at home.
Right in your ear
Enjoy
hole.
it. That's right. Enjoy that. The sultry sound of my congested nasal passages.
Awesome intro to the rest of my statement, which is the reason this movie gets an A- is because it delivers so well on what it is. It's funny for me to be on the other side of this conversation from Ben, because for me, this is a Monty Python-esque endeavor. Like
Dude,
the level
I
of
agree.
camp that they embrace and the jokes that they push are more, they're not any less ridiculous than the shit that they try and pull off in the Monty Python movies, but they're just more me than they are Ben as far as the
I
delivery
guess.
goes.
I mean,
I
there's
would
definitely,
agree.
yeah.
I'll back Joe on that. I will say Monty Python is timeless, and it's much older than this movie, and it will forever stand the test of time. Where this movie,
Well, I mean, it's
probably
a
wane a little
benchmark,
bit.
and this one will fade. But where this one holds its own is the niche genre that it has. Like, as far as this is the Monty Python of horror movies.
I mean, yeah, what other horror comedies can you throw out there? It Comes at Night. That was a pretty rip-roaring comedy.
It
But
Comes at Night is
than that,
amazing.
watch the episode. Oh,
We haven't done it yet, but
yeah, we have. It Comes at Night. One of our subscribers called it, pardon me, one of our subscribers called it the best 45 minutes of credits he'd ever seen.
Subtitles you ever watched. Yep.
Makes
when
me
you
laugh
said
every
It Comes
time.
at Night and you were talking about comedy, I thought that you were talking about What We Do in the Shadows. And I was like, yeah, that was a funny movie.
That's a good one.
But what's that one you love with the zombies and the British guys?
Oh, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Which
oh my
wouldn't,
God.
I would argue, wouldn't exist without Army of Darkness. I think Army of Darkness was really the first successful bridge between popular horror and comedy.
I would agree. I feel like when I watched the movie, I thought I want to do a whole timeline of what came first with this movie, and then I've got a day job, so I didn't. But definitely would be interesting to see all the stuff that came after this that this movie influenced.
Have you guys seen, to throw another one out there, have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Again, a spinoff of this movie. Yes, I have seen it, but it's a spinoff of Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Dude, Ben, everyone's got to watch it one time.
It's always been my take on it.
It's great. It's like, I don't even want to spoil it for you, but really, really unique plot twist to the whole teenagers going to a cabin.
What's a twist? Huh,
you will
all right.
never see it coming.
I'll try that out. Unfortunately, it won't be my freshman year in high school when I watch it, which it was my freshman year of high school when I watched this movie.
Did you see it in the theaters?
Huh?
Did you see it in
Did
the
I
theaters?
see it in theaters? God, I feel like I did, to be honest with you. Like, this was a big one with the friend group I found. This movie was like a culmination I didn't even understand. Years later, having watched Evil Dead 1, who's seen Evil Dead 1?
I have seen it.
Yeah, that movie's actually scary. Like, Evil Dead 1 is actually scary and not very campy and is an actual horror movie. And then Evil Dead 2, he's like, let's throw that all out the window and just go full camp on this shit. And I feel like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness are very similar.
I'd say Evil Dead 1's still campy, but it's not similar stylistically to these movies.
No, I would say Evil Dead 1 was horror campy. Like, they were playing up the horror genre camp.
Yeah, sure. Which a shit ton of those movies nowadays do.
And
that.
I would say Evil Dead 2, they started to bridge the gap, but he did such a good job. Like Evil Dead 2 was still what I would consider, and I'm a horror movie pussy. I'll admit that. But
Right.
I would say Evil Dead 2 was still a legitimate horror movie. It was scary. It just got weird when they got to the end and there was a portal. And you were like, what the fuck? But then the open into number 3 and the whole flavor change that they did for number 3, I think was fantastic. I love it. I think Army of
Yeah,
Darkness.
I feel like he figured out a way to get his specific style to the masses.
Yeah.
Or at least the masses who would be open to it.
Yeah,
when I saw this movie, the main thing I was thinking was I really want to watch Fury Road again because that movie is the same thing, only 10 times better.
All right, let's move on.
Dude, I love the fucking, I love your lag, Russell. It's so perfect sometimes. Like I couldn't edit it that good.
Dude, there's some idiot. There's some idiot who chats with us who's like sending messages. Look, it's happening right now. I bet I'm lagging right now while I'm talking.
Hey, while you're talking, will you Google when Scary Movie came out, the first one? Because I feel like this movie really was a predecessor to the kind of scary movie mindset. Although, I mean, the Wayans brothers probably would not agree, but whatever. I'd say it.
I know what you
Let's get the wad out before we get too much further. We got a lot more to talk about. I can already tell. High school memories, 6th grade memories. All that kind of stuff. But the writer for this movie and the director, same guy. That happens so often. Why do you think that screenwriters are just shit on by directors? Why do you think so?
I mean, the screenwriter is trying to make it make sense on paper, and the director has to make it make sense on film. And
understood.
They're very different. They're very different.
Agreed.
And
agreed.
the guy who gets the story across on the camera is the guy that gets the glory. I mean,
so why do you think Stephen King has such a bad conversion rate for awesome books turned into mediocre horror movies?
Well, no, he's got a great conversion rate for mediocre conversion movies or mediocre horror movies. Whatever.
No, you're right. No, you're right. The first statement was right. Mediocre conversion movies. The problem is,
take that, Russ.
He's like J.R.R. Tolkien and or Robert Jordan or Brandon Sorensen. He's so much of the setup.
I don't know about that. Let's say Tom Clancy. Let's say Tom Clancy.
But my point being is that in the book, so much of the setting of the scene is in descriptors that you can't capture except with a 5-second camera pan on film.
True.
True. I mean, capturing situational and environmental tension is so difficult on film, and yet with a book, you just write it. So
you just write it. Exactly. Writers not doing anything special.
Just write it.
Also, Ivan Raimi helped him out with writing it. That's one of his siblings. And the director. Let's talk about Sam Raimi. An important director. He directed the first all three of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. All of them. This movie got made because of how good Darkman was.
Yeah, Darkman.
When's the last time Darkman took up space in your brain?
Oh God, it not until I started looking into this movie.
Not until you said that.
Watch Darkman over and over again.
I've seen that movie multiple times. It's a good movie.
Liam Neeson's, man.
What about the Liam Neeson?
Yeah, we haven't done Liam Neeson, have we?
I mean,
no,
that didn't even come up.
We've done over 100 movies, and we haven't done Liam Neeson.
That's right.
Taken.
Crazy. Although we did Phantom Menace, so technically there's probably something about there, but everybody has forgot that episode.
Yeah,
hey, if you forgot it, hit that button, and there we go.
Do you think
I'm gonna have to look? I bet Inception has more views than that episode, and Inception's only episode 2.5.
Do you guys think maybe
everybody hates episode 1?
What do we think, Russ?
Huh? What are you doing?
I'm pretending to lag.
Okay.
That was really good.
I don't even know what I was gonna say anymore. But
let's talk about Sam Raimi.
no, shut up. I got one thing to throw out there. Fuck Sam Raimi. Who wants to talk about him? Let's talk about this random thing I
Everybody.
got.
What's your
Willow.
random
Talk about
thing?
Sam Raimi.
Willow.
For the love of the
Willow.
game, bro. Doesn't that blow
Willow
your fucking
versus
mind
this
that Sam
movie.
Raimi directed For the Love of the Game? What do you got, Russ? Throw it out there.
Willow versus this movie?
Yeah, which one?
Willow versus this movie?
I mean,
They're like the same movie
It's
in different
Willow,
ways.
obvious.
what?
Oh my
It's not even
god.
close. I mean, no. I'm not even willing to entertain that comparison.
No. I want it. Ben, you pick Willow, right?
Whoa. Obviously.
Joe,
Obviously.
you'd pick Army of Darkness,
They're
right?
different
Joe?
movies.
No, I couldn't even put them in the same category to
But
put
they're
one
kind
above
of
the other.
similar.
If I have a choice to sit down and watch one or the other, it's going to depend on the movie. Like if I want to watch a feel good little fantasy kick that does my D&D thing, cool. If I want to watch something that's funny and makes me laugh, I'll watch Army of Darkness. I can't pick. That's my final answer.
Whatever. Willow makes me
Wow.
laugh too. It's better.
Is that 3 or more LOLs? Nobody cares. So Darkman does well. He gets to do Army of Darkness. And then Quick and the Dead?
Good
What's your
movie.
guys' rating
I
on
like
the Quick
that.
and the Dead?
I mean, probably a C plus.
Early Leo.
Yeah, probably
Early
a C
Leo.
plus.
Early Russell Crowe.
And late.
Sure. All right, nobody's biting.
Charlize
Simple
Theron.
Plan. Anybody remember Simple Plan with Billy Bob Thornton, Bridget Fonda? Bridget Fonda, who has a role in this, but we're not to the A yet.
Not to the A yet. Still working up to
We're
it.
still working on the D to get to the A. Okay, nobody's got Simple Plan. That's too bad. Bill Paxton, R.I.P. For the Love of the Game, mind blowing. And then The Gift with Kate Blanchett and Katie Holmes. First time Katie Holmes.
Good one.
This is like, yeah, crazy. The Gift.
The Grudge.
Anybody remember Grudge?
The Grudge.
The fuck are you talking about? Tommy Maguire, Drag Me to Hell. Anybody remember it? And then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Is that Sam
his
Raimi?
That's Sam Raimi. He directs it. You get to the end of it and you're all, Sam Raimi did direct this. We won't ever review it. So I'll say here, if you like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, fuck you. Movie, I watched it and I can't help but think, like, why do I feel like somebody's polished a turd? They put it in between two pieces of bread and they're trying to convince me it's corned beef. It's awful.
So
I'm convinced that was their attempt to do the Star Trek thing where they
bridge movies and TV.
They took WandaVision, and that movie is the ultimate series finale of WandaVision. So if you haven't watched WandaVision, don't go see the fucking movie.
It was dog shit. It was dog shit. All right, let's get back to this movie.
I have a question for you, Ben, because you watched that movie and I did not.
All right.
But my assertion of that
The answer
movie,
is don't.
My assertion of that movie is the only reason it was made is so they could make more Spider-Man movies. Is that true?
No. The last Spider-Man movie took care of it. Doctor Strange was made so they could make $1 million and keep the machine rolling because nobody gives a shit about this corner of the Marvel universe anymore.
Nah, it's an overarching plot.
But the whole
to tie in all their TV shit, Moon Knight, this, that, the other, all that shit goes down the same story path as what they're doing with Strange.
But
watch the TV shows for that.
That was the movie.
You can't just do that. Anyways, why are we doing Marvel? Stop it.
Yeah, it's
just
true.
Stop
Because
it.
I mean,
It's
we're
a
never
visceral
going to review it. We've
and
made
a
a pact.
visual betrayal. Stop it.
Stop it.
Can we just talk about that gargoyle in Army of Darkness when it picks her up and you're like, God damn it, just move a couple feet.
Dude, all of it. All of it. This is my boomstick, dude. His opening scene,
Oh,
right?
I
All
love
right.
it.
His
Everything Bruce
opening
Campbell. Let's
scene.
get to the A. We've gone
Eric
around it
the
enough. Let's
Red.
get to
Eric the
Bruce
Red.
Campbell, bro. Every time I see him, he does have a bit part in Multiverse of Madness.
Stop it.
Watch this. You
Are
know
you
who would have
talking
made a
right
great
now?
Punisher? Bruce Campbell.
What?
Yeah, I know it's insane what I just said, but
I mean, maybe in
Russ
his
likes the slimming look.
maybe in his heyday with campy early Marvel movies, like the other Punishers that have been made, like maybe you could get
Thomas
away
Jane.
with that. See, that was the most gritty one in my opinion.
Thomas Jane was the
No,
best
you're
one.
talking Dolph
I'm thinking
Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
I know you're talking early shit.
Yeah, early shit.
Thomas Jane was the best one. If Ben doesn't think so, he's stupid.
I've never watched the what's the new guy's name? I want Shane from he was in Fury. I should know his name.
The show? Actually, that's the best one. The show.
Yeah, I think it is, but I've never watched it. Have you guys seen King Richard yet?
No.
It's
God,
incredible.
you should watch that, Joe. That's such a great movie about fatherhood, dude. It's a shame that Will Smith has turned it through his bullshit into something where it's like, I don't know if I should watch this. That movie's really fucking good. It's a great movie about fatherhood. Highly recommend.
You guys remember Wind River, right?
John Bernthal. That's his name. John Bernthal. We've reviewed Wind River. Watch it
We've
here.
reviewed Wind River.
That movie also has John Bernthal.
Do you remember the scene where he tries to take out the like 4 guys at one time so that his girlfriend can run away and he gets killed?
Yes.
Spoilers.
Very much so.
Anyways, his entire character
spoilers
in Punisher is just him playing that role over and over and over again. He's just like, I'll fight 5 of you at one time, and he gets his ass kicked, but he beats them, and it's
which checks out for Punisher.
I
although in Wind River,
comics.
spoilers,
he doesn't win.
All right,
yeah. I think we're talking about a horror movie. I don't know at this point anymore.
We're talking about a horror comedy
are
movie.
We into the
about Bruce Campbell's? Bruce Campbell was in The Adventures of Frisco County. What was the name of that show? Anybody?
I can't remember. I know he was in a TV series called White Collar or Blue Collar.
Was he?
I can't remember. He played a role named Sam, and he was good in that show. That was pretty funny. He definitely reprised this role.
As Ash?
Yeah.
Did he have a chainsaw arm?
I think he did actually. It was
how awesome is it when he does the leap shit?
Dude, the opening scene of the witch in the pit. Total. That was the absolute bridge from Evil Dead to this movie. Okay, the last time you see the crazy camp, blood spurting everywhere.
To the first guy that gets killed,
dude. Yeah,
it makes
it's
me
just
laugh
a
every
fountain.
time.
It's just a fountain.
And like,
how would dudes worth of blood?
How would that, like, a ninja old woman made that happen? Anyways, do you guys remember when he makes the fucking Luke Skywalker hand that can crush
goblets?
Yeah. Groovy. Fuck
dude,
yeah, dude.
And he does it
hydraulics.
He does it in like a day with the help of a blacksmith.
Not even a
from
day,
the
dude. It's
centuries.
like 4 hours. Like, figured that part of this movie had me tripping this time around because I remember that and I watched it this time and I'm like, wait, this guy just made in the medieval times with nothing but a blacksmith in like 4 hours made a hydraulic hand out. What? Who?
Crushes a goblet. The pewter goblet is pretty nice. Him crushing it seems like, come on, dude, get a piece of wood or something.
All right, I gotta ask you guys.
The fact that they animated the belt strap when he does the flip up to hook up to the chainsaw thing, and they show the belt strap tightening down. I fucking
There's
love that. That is so
no
beautiful.
reason that belt is gonna hold him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's
No,
so
I
good.
love it. It's so good.
I know, like, why
It's
wouldn't you
so
just grab
good.
it with your hand? He's using his one good hand to hold his belt, which is holding him on that. He could just hold the. Anyways,
The over the shoulder shotgun shot.
Science. I had a customer tell me that today. It was really funny, but it's science. It was used in such a ridiculous way. I was like, yeah, your truck smells like weed and you're 80 years old. Stop
It must be
driving.
science.
Anyway,
hey,
science.
question for you guys. If
Okay.
you felt like you enjoyed your life being a salesman at
S-Mart.
I could just leave it right there. But no. If you felt like you had it pretty good being a salesman at S-Mart, wearing your suit, whatever, coming in.
Bridget Fonda
Apparently-
as Linda is your girl.
Yeah, apparently he enjoyed that to some extent.
Okay, I'm there.
So you have this in life that you enjoy where you're doing that, or
Smoke in this life.
you can have about 7 or 8 women, like, loosely dressed, feeding you grapes and animal eggs, and you don't even have to, like, get out of your couch.
I
Do you really want to go back to S-Mart?
I mean,
That wears off,
counterbalance that with the fact that she then becomes an undead army queen, and the duplicate of yourself that grew out of your shoulder is the general, and you are driving across the.
But that all happened after.
I mean, I'm just no, it didn't.
All
All
right,
that happened
here's-
before he
here's-
went back. Like, he had the decision to go back, right?
No,
And this was his
but
fight to get back. So you get to the end of this fight to get back, and they're like, "Do you really want to go back?" And you're like, "Wait, I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock and make coffee and go sit at a job where nobody gives a fuck.
that's not
And
my
I
question.
can be a superhero."
No, what's the thing that gets you over that hump to go back? Is it modern plumbing? I think that probably, when you consider the fact that you get to
Penicillin?
shit in a toilet and flush it away. Penicillin, probably not too bad. Hey, Coca-Cola, a nice big can of soda pop up at the corner store.
In Ash's case, a
ale that
Corona.
you can be isn't
Corona.
going to kill you. I'd probably go back to modern. I've always wanted to visit the Old West, but you know what they had in the Old West? A lot of things that killed you very fast.
There weren't
Yeah,
even
I'd
bullets.
probably go back.
There weren't
You
even
know, I
bullets.
actually,
No, it was I cut myself and oh shit, it's looking pretty red and I got a fever. Oh God, I'm dead.
I actually just learned that during the era of the bubonic plague, that people thought that if you used water to put on yourself, that it was like a vessel for transporting diseases, because the disease would be in the water and then you'd be putting it on yourself. So
Yeah,
showering,
they put their dead
or
people in
bathing
there.
was bathing was just a bad idea in their
Right.
minds. We do not clean ourselves because we will get sick.
And it
Bubonic
was
plague.
practical at that point. Like, at that point, it was actually practically, like, you didn't shower if you wanted to live.
That's right. Whereas the Romans are like olive oil and an olive branch twig, and they're just scraping the dirt off themselves. And then that's got to be crazy. What a gross
That's
feeling
some-
walking
that's some-
around.
Some big brain shit.
That's crazy shit. It's got absolutely nothing to do with Bridget Fonda in a little cameo role as Linda back in the real world. The fact that her name is Linda, of course, makes me laugh. Probably not as funny for you guys, but makes me laugh.
Funny to me.
The fact that it's Bridget Fonda, 1992's Bridget Fonda. Let's talk about Point of No Return.
Point of no return. You guys talk about this for a second.
Okay. Did you see Point of No Return in the theaters, Joe? It was a remake of La Femme Nikita.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Me-
yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a Bridget Fonda assance during the early 90s, back when
Briefly.
Eric Stoltz had a career that was pumping.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Barbarella, right?
Jane Fonda. That's her mom and or aunt, one of the two. I
Ah,
don't know the lineage.
see, and that's funny because I always think of that movie when I hear Jane Fonda.
You know, it's a movie I watched a lot that I'll probably never watch again is Single White Female. Jennifer Jason Leigh and Bridget Fonda.
Fair enough.
I saw that movie quite a few times. Probably don't need to go back on that.
No, that was a pop culture phenomenon, I think. I mean, it has no
Agreed.
significance to anything, but for at the time, it was like, oh shit, bitches be getting crazy. You can't just date any bitch now.
And they weren't even dating. That was just a roommate.
Right.
That was before it was acceptable for them to be dating.
I think it was like a spinoff of Misery, and because it was lesbian couples,
That'd be interesting. Speaking of which came first, Single White Female or Misery, when did Scary Movie, the first one, come out, Russ?
2000.
2000. Shut up,
2000. What's funny is I remembered that. It's funny that I actually remembered that from my life. But yeah, so 8 years. I feel like this movie opened the way for that. Which movie came first, Single White Female, or what was the other one you said, Joe?
Misery. It was definitely Misery.
You think so?
Yeah,
I just listened to a great
Anthony
podcast
Hopkins.
about Misery and how great Kathy Bates in that is. I cannot lie. She's probably one of the best villainesses ever.
Yeah.
Actually, Joe,
when they did Misery.
not that far apart. Single White Female, 1992. Misery, You Are Right, 1990.
I was gonna say 1990. Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Interesting.
Hey, before I forget, one thing I was thinking about when I was watching this movie, which
Wait,
ties
is the
into,
comment relevant to this actual movie? We can't have that.
it is.
We can't have that. No, that's not this episode.
Come on.
Oh. This movie, like it's got a lot of shit that doesn't hold up. Like every single part involving graphics.
It's got things that do hold up though, like his belt.
But
all right, go ahead.
Jurassic Park came out the year after this movie, and that movie holds up so much.
All right, so what was the budget on
You got
Jurassic
Sam Raimi
Park?
money, and then you got Steven
I was
Spielberg
about to
money.
say, what was the budget?
Yeah.
Because
Guess
I'm
why?
just
this
saying,
movie killed in the box office.
Dude, yeah, it doubled. It was 11 million budget, 21.5 in the box office. This movie was a phenomenon, dude.
And 3 million over budget. Like it got hung up in post production because they were over budget.
Yep.
You know, it was a thing. I think Paramount even sold the rights off of the movie as a loss to get it produced. Right. So yes, I mean, agree with your point, Russ. But
you guys aren't wrong.
You gotta compare apples to apples.
Jurassic Park had a $63 million budget.
Dude, and it made headlines at the time. Like I want to say probably 40 mil of that budget went into their graphics.
And it did make over $1 billion. I'll give it that. For the time, $1 billion. All right, come on.
That's insane. Army of Darkness is a cult movie for a reason. It's but they have made so much money since it went to distribution. Like, I mean, great for them on the box office, but the amount of money that they have made since it went to distribution and become a cult hit is insane. Like, I would easily put this in the Rocky Horror Picture Show cult fanaticism.
That's bold words.
Probably even in the horror community, I would say this might even be the Holy Grail.
As somebody who grew up after you guys, maybe I've got a little bit of a different insight because I had all these people around me who were chasing being cool, because like being edgy, being 2 years, being like 2 or 3 years ahead of your time was edgy. So which movie did you pick? Right. Was it Army of Darkness or was it blah, blah, blah? I will say, I think Army of Darkness came up the most.
I would
Yeah.
believe that. I would believe that.
Yeah, for
it was-
guys saying
it-
that this is my favorite.
It had a
movie.
guy being a cocky asshole with innuendo, and then funny there's Sally Forth.
Give me
Sally
some sugar,
Fu-
baby. Give me some sugar, baby.
No, dude, give me some sugar, baby. How popular was it
that's
to
just
say
pillow
that?
talk, baby. That's just pillow
Oh
talk.
God, dude.
That's my. I mean,
Just
shit. I
pillow
live that.
talk, baby.
I've lived that tagline.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, I can't wait for the next time I get to say to a group of people, the next one of you primitives lays a hand on me.
That's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
this movie is Bruce
Talk
Campbell.
about quotable. This movie is quotable as fuck.
Yeah,
Goody
quite a
little
lot.
juice, goody little juice, goody little
Oh,
juice,
dude.
goody little
When he
juice.
says
There's a great little bit about in France. There's no direct translation for goody, so they had to call him like dancing boy or something. It was pretty funny, but it was French, so I moved on.
That's comedy. Alex, enlighten us.
I mean, please tell me they had a
Yeah.
great. Yeah, the I don't remember. Alex, leave it in the comments, would you, buddy? Hey, by the way,
We
get
love
back
you,
to the
bro.
group about if August is going to work for you. I need to cement that date.
One of our 4 subscribers and watchers, like 72 subscribers. We love all of you, but all the love goes to the watchers.
That's right. Who watches the Watchers?
that's
The
just the three of
watchies?
us, and how
We've
many
done
times
that
we
movie,
watch it.
I feel like I really want to watch it now, though. But
All right. Ben wants to watch the watchers. So it's Ben. Ben
Watchmen.
You are the answer to who watches the watchers. It's Ben.
I'm gathered around people wherever you roam. All right.
What was your favorite part of this movie, Ben?
My favorite part.
Yep.
I mean, the
favorite part.
pit. The pit's really great. The montage where he's making all the weapons in the hand and everything is pretty good. I always find, let me take forever to get to an actual answer. The whole going through the forest and finding the books and the multiple ashes in the windmill, not my favorite. Yeah, it's the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're that guy. You're in that camp. The first part of the movie is the
Yep.
best. What about you, Russ? What's your favorite part of the movie?
I don't want to side with Ben, because I hate him. But stupid umbrella shirt.
So
Anyways,
much honesty tonight.
I agree with his statement on what happens when what happens. Hang on.
So stupid. The umbrella shirt. Fucking umbrella? Like Raccoon City? What the fuck are you talking about?
What few viewers we had just clicked off, but keep going, Russ.
I'm trying real hard. You have to. I inhaled so much air. I have to burp real bad.
Wow.
Stupid umbrella. All right. Wait a minute.
Favorite
Okay.
part of the movie.
Yeah.
When he goes into the woods and like what he experiences there, it's not the direction I would have gone, but I really like that part because I like that little like D&D adventure. The whole
aspect.
you want this thing, you need to go on a quest, blah blah blah. It'd be cool if he went in there with 2 other dudes and like one of them was a healer and one was a wizard, but
What is he, dude? What class is he?
Oh, what class is Ash?
Insano. He's a barbarian. He's a barbarian.
Maybe.
But
or an artificer.
I do really like that part just because
artificer.
It makes me want to play.
Fair enough. I actually am
Nice.
going to land in the same ballpark. For a long while, it was a toss up between the final battle scene and the episode into the forest, but I think I've distilled it down now listening to you two guys. Like, one, I really love the episode Into the Forest because the Don Quixote windmill. Just
Right.
every time I see that, I can't. And maybe that's probably not the reference. I didn't look into it, but for me, every time I'm thinking
Oh, that's right.
Don Quixote.
He thought they were
reference.
giants.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
No,
so good.
solid.
And then to have the minis come out and the glass and the mirror and all that stuff. And then there's a brief transition that I'm not a fan of, but the one-on-one Ash versus Ash. And when he's burying
I'm
him.
bad, Ash.
Yeah.
And you're good, Ash.
Dude, I love everything about that scene. And when he's burying him and he's throwing the dirt on his face is probably my favorite scene in the movie. I for some dumb reason, I really dig it. It sets the tone for that character for the rest of the movie. I love it. I think that's a great transition.
You know, I really like him being fucked up to Sheila. I know that's bad, but their entire relationship and the horse blanket, I don't know. I look forward to that line so much.
Their confrontation in the final battle was my favorite scene for a long time. Like them facing each other and just the transformation of her from the blushing innocent medieval maiden getting insulted about her horse blanket of a sweater to the queen of the damned leading the assault. It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
You know what I want to say?
Very nice. What our average rating is?
Well, it's a B. It's a straight B. But
which I feel is high for this movie. I know I gave it an A-, but I feel like that's high for this movie. But it's so relevant.
I actually think
it
B
is
probably the appropriate rating, maybe B-. But no, if I had watched History of the World with the same, I don't know, mood I was in when I watched this movie, can I change my rating for History of the World right now? Because I would have given that movie a higher rating. Like, that movie was like, the style of humor was very similar to this. It was campy and silly and dated and fun and dumb. But
I think we set a record for the number of shows referenced in a show.
I'm gonna say A- now for History of the World. I keep coming up on that.
Thank God.
Oh my God. And see,
bravo.
This is the reason Russ bridges the gap between Ben and I, because I don't think it would work without Russ.
You look like the piss boy, and you look like a pile of shit.
Well, thanks for Army of Darkness for bringing up our History of the World rating.
That's right. I really appreciate that. If nothing more, I'd give this movie a higher rating. But like Joe said, a B is probably maybe a little too high. But hey, if you haven't seen it before, we barely talked about it during this movie. So give it a watch or give it a show. Show.
One of those things.
What?
That was incoherent?
No.
Hey, if you enjoyed History of the World, you might like this one.
Joe, you had the perfect opportunity to just cut us off right there.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Please, if you made it this far, watch another one.